How do I squawk 7600 if there's no 7? Just kidding. For those of you who don't know, squawking 7600 or 7600 in the transponder means you've lost comms. I have clearly lost comms because I'm an instrument-rated pilot. I filmed like one flight for my instrument training. I couldn't figure out how to document it in the best way possible, and then it happened. I was like, okay, well, whoops. I also don't have a computer to edit on, so I really haven't been making videos. I'm so sorry, I apologize for that. Welcome to another episode of Flight Following. My name's Justin Gentle. I just want to do a little brief apology real quick for not having documented my instrument training. That was both my mistake and I couldn't figure out how to do it. I was flying in some Cessna 172s with G-1000 for my instrument training. Actually, there's a couple right there in front of me. I'm here at Polk State Aerospace. It's great. Really like it here. They've taught me well. I've started my commercial training. I'm on my way to be a commercial pilot. Oh, it's so exciting. I haven't flown yet. Today was supposed to be my first flight, and I would be flying Piper Cadets. I don't even know how to pre-flight. Or anything for that matter. And this airplane is so foreign to me. I've looked over the pilot's operating handbook. I've looked over the different V speeds, the checklists, and it's both similar and different. In fact, there are some Piper Cadets right over there. Yeah, I'm also not sure if I'm going to get to fly today. We're going to do a VFR flight, just an hour long, going over basic maneuvers, get back into VFR flying, which is designed to have closely followed my instrument rating, but I haven't logged a VFR flight in over a year, and that was my private pilot check ride. So it's been a really long time, and I don't remember so much, and I'm assuming once I'm back in the cockpit, it'll just zap right in. But I'm flying new avionics, the nice 6-pack, brown dial, steam gauges, analog, whatever you want to call it. The avionics of aviation. And I've never done that before. Also, it's a low wing, so that's different. The whole airplane's different. All procedures, I'm hoping, are similar, but they're going to be different. I don't know. Mixed feelings. I'm super excited to get back in the air, though. And this time, we got a little update here. Where is it? I know you probably can't tell what this is. It's an audio adapter for cockpit audio to my GoPro. So I plug that number in, I plug my headset in, and then this adapts from the audio input to the GoPro, and I can charge it while doing that. And I got a battery pack here, so hopefully I can go long amounts of time with battery and now cockpit audio. You can hear ATC and my own intercom in the aircraft over top of the video, so it should be easier to follow along with what I'm doing. I can actually record in flight here as well. That's another thing I couldn't do at Riddle, but I can do here. So I'm super stoked about that. That's gonna be cool. It's almost like bringing you along in the cockpit without you being there. It's gonna be the closest thing I can get, and it should be really fun. I have a lot of solo flights. I have to have 50 solo hours of cross-country time for my commercial rating. And yeah, that's going to be a great opportunity for me to bring you along, put you somewhere in the airplane, talk you through what I'm doing, getting the weather, landing, all that. But first, before I do any of that, I just have to learn the aircraft. Learn procedures, and pretty much everything there is to prepare for cross-country flights. It's only like 8-9 flights away before my first solo flight or something like that. Maybe less. And once again, I've never flown one of these things, so we'll see. It's gonna be fun. I'll be able to bring you along for much more of the journey than I used to, and you're gonna get to watch me learn A lot of new stuff. Alright. I'll see you at the airplane.
Lakeland Airport information Bravo, time 1653, Zilla weather. Wind 220 at 3, visibility is 10. Showers in the vicinity. Sky condition 2,800 scattered. Ceilings 4,700 broken. Temperature 31, 2.24, altimeter 3002. Remarks, showers in the vicinity east through southeast, moving east. Inbound aircraft can expect a visual approach, landing and departing runway 27. Notice to airmen, taxiway Echo 2 is closed. Taxiway Echo.
Entering 285 Charlie Juliet, looking ground runway 27, taxi via Golf Alpha, cross runway 23.
Alright, got information Bravo here, we got our radios all set up.
Juliet.
The checklist complete. Before taxi, there's no aircraft around us, okay. Got our avionics. Where'd I go? There I am. Alright, so what I need to check for these?
Oh, it's just the same
Not
thing,
moving,
right?
this looks good.
75 feet within field elevation with on the altimeter setting. Right. These are just your CDIs,
Okay.
so they're looking okay. Turn coordinator at this point should be ball centered, wings level. Magnetic compass and this, you're going to have to start paying attention to that a lot more because
Okay.
gyroscopic instruments, they process terribly.
So this adjusts it?
Yep, if you push in and twist.
Ah. Right, we're going to enter the non-movement area. We're clear on the left, center, right. Fuel quantity looks good in both tanks. Flight control is free and correct. Just taxi to the
Actually, just request VFR to the north.
VFR to north, got it. I almost said Daytona for a second. Lakeland ground, Cadet, November 9201 Zulu, is at the southeast keyhole. We'd like to taxi for a north departure, VFR.
Niner 201 Zulu, Lakeland ground runway 27, taxi via Echo.
27 via Echo for 90201 Zulu. Alright, we'll just
Wind 210 at 6, altimeter 3001.
106, so he's just saying the winds have picked up a little bit from where they were.
That's still within our limitations. We're good there. And we'll just taxi to the end of the runway via Echo.
Awesome.
We got no one on the left, no one in front of us, no one to the right. We'll go ahead and begin.
Your nail in the center line looks nice. Kind of let this image seep in. It's a little bit different than the 172 for sure.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about being on the center line. That's an improvement, I guess, from my private days.
Yeah, back when that took all your brain management.
Yeah,
Stay
just
on the center line. Stay on the center line.
And no one's on Delta. We're clear on the left. We're continuing forward. Do we check this when we're on the runway?
Yeah, we can just double. I would check it here, and then typically my callouts. I don't know what you're doing with instrument, but is we confirm the runway in the paint. It says 27. Then we're going to confirm that it's at least rolling around to 27 down there.
Yep.
We'll set the power. We'll make sure the instruments are green, and then we'll make sure that airspeed is coming along.
Clear to land, 65 Foxtrot Tango.
Lakeland Tower, Cadet November 9201 Zulu is at Echo and runway 27. We're ready for departure.
9201 Zulu, Lakeland Tower, runway 27, no delay, clear for takeoff, Travis Cherokee, turning right base.
No delay, cleared for takeoff, runway 27, 01 Zulu. Fuel pumps on. Mixture's full. Got a no delay takeoff. Runway 27 confirmed there. We're swinging around there. Full power. And airspeed's alive.
And pretty close to that's going to be VY pitch. Kind of seal that image into your mind.
Yep.
About 700 feet VFR, and we're clear of the departure in, so we can make our turn to the north.
All right. And I saw the traffic back there, so we can go ahead and turn.
November 5 Foxtrot Tango, turn left Bravo, ground point 4.
Left on Bravo 6.
Yeah, life gets hard in these planes.
That keeps you attentive.
Exactly. The other thing you can do, since you're a little bit short, if you have a hard time seeing over the cowling,
Yeah.
something I've been reading about and learning is just small, shallow turns,
46, turn
bringing yourself into climb, or you can just let the nose come down for a second, clear the area, and then come right back to the climb.
All right. Yep. It looks
since
clear here.
That cowling covers up a lot of space.
Yeah.
Even for me, and I know for short people it covers a lot more. So
Yep.
just some different things that you can keep in mind as you're out here by yourself and don't have 4 sets of eyes, or 4 eyes,
Yeah.
2 sets. As we continue out to the north practice area, I'm just going to point out some nice visual checkpoints. That mound over there off your left, that's like a sulfur mine. It's about 10 miles to the north of Lakeland.
Okay.
So if you're coming in straight north of it, that's where we report 10 miles. That field that looks just about 10 to 20 degrees north of it, that's Zephyr Hills Airport.
Okay, they do the parachuting there.
They do, so we want to try to keep our space, especially from the south side of the airport. That's where the parachuters come in. If you come across to this side on the right off our wing, that's Lake Parker. It's a really good visual checkpoint to make sure that you're coming in the right place. And it's paired with Lake Gibson. Lake Parker is the only one that's on the VFR chart though. Well, they're both on it, but Lake Parker is the VFR checkpoint, I should say.
Yeah.
So those are kind of my 4 points over here. Behind all the rain, all those lakes in that area, that's going to be where Winter Haven is. Can't quite see it today. I-4.
I see it there, yeah.
Right through here, yep. And then usually before I start doing any maneuvers, I want to get at least north of Lake Parker. That's about 7 or 8 miles. Kind of just clears from the more congested Lakeland area. Watch, we'll have time for a slow flight, and we'll do power on, power off stalls. And if we can squeeze it in, we'll do steep turns and then try to do a couple landings.
Okay. What are the good speeds for the flaps? I see we're within the white arc.
It's basically under 103, you can throw them all in. But you want to keep slowing. If you try to put all 3 in at 103, you're going to have some serious arm strength.
Okay.
Yep.
Got 1 notch of flaps in, that's 10 degrees. Notches of flaps, that's going to 25.
Yep.
And all 40.
Make sure you use those feet in slow flight. I know it's been a while.
Yep, thank you.
Your ailerons have little authority. Your rudder has all the authority in the world. Next thing that we're going to do is a power off stall. You'll find out that these are much more benign in stalls.
Okay.
Than any Cessna airplane. They're just as stable, but they just don't want to stall.
Okay.
So the setup's the same idea. I know it's been a while since you've done stalls, so we want to reduce the power. For the stall, about 1500 RPM is a good place to start. As the airplane slows, we'll pull in all 3 notches of flaps.
Okay.
Or in the white arc under 103 knots. Look them in one at a time.
1.
Try to maintain that altitude. That'll help you slow down. There we go.
There's 3.
All right. And we're at 60, so we'll let the nose come down. We'll descend for just a second. It's a landing stall. We clear the area below.
Yep,
and we'll say, here comes our simulated runway. So you'll start a transition to a flare. Power comes to idle. And you just keep coming back with the elevator. We'll get a stall horn. There's the buffet feel is shaken.
Yep.
And that's the stall right there.
Wow, that's really simple.
Yep. And power goes full. There you go. Reduce that pitch attitude and get rid of that first notch of flaps.
That's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
And the buffet's more pronounced as well.
Very pronounced buffet. That's thanks to those stall strips out there. All right. We're going to do a power on stall next. So the power gets reduced, again, about 1500 RPM. We're going to maintain altitude. That's going to slow us down. 55 or 46, as you calculate, is our rotation speed. But in this maneuver, once you get to 60, that stall horn is going to start crying at you. So about 60 is where we're going to add power and start pulling back on the yoke. And you'll keep going, you get the stall horn, you'll get a pronounced buffet, and you may or may not get a full stall. If we get the full control deflection for about 2 seconds and no stall, we'll consider that a stall. So here comes 60. Smoothly add full power. There's that stall horn chirping. All your muscles. Right rudder. There we go. There's that buffet starting to come. Now you can really feel it.
Yep.
And that's about it right there. And reduce that pitch attitude. There we go. Airplane's flying again. We've gotten outside of the critical angle of attack. Alright, so last thing we gotta do is some steep turns. Commercial level is 50 degrees of bank.
Okay.
So a little bit steeper, and we got, we're gonna go both directions. Don't see anybody either.
I'll start a turn to the left. Before I do that, let me make sure this lines up. Go.
46, you're following Cessna, head to your right on the downwind.
Off we go.
Traffic in sight, we'll follow him, no further.
Add just a little bit of power, there you go. That bank coming in, and don't stare at those instruments, get those eyes outside. There's about 30, 40, and a little bit steeper. Right about there is where we're looking good. That nose is just a hair high, or a little bit shallow now.
Alright, we see our lead traffic cleared short approach. We'd actually like this to be a full stop, 294.
294, runway 27.
There we go.
Good land, short approach, 45294.
I think I'm going back to private level right there.
Yeah, you're shallowing out, which is fine. I know it's been a while since you've done it. I'm going to come with you for half a second. We want to be more like there.
Okay.
Need that roll out as we come around to south.
Lakeland Tower, good afternoon. Cherokee 32613. It's about 10 to the northeast inbound wind travel.
We'll rattle out right on this mound here, that'll work. And then we'll go right back to the left. So in the maneuver, you just keep coming back around.
23613, Lakeland Tower.
Use that left rudder. You're stepping on the right one when you switch the feet. There you go. Good, that's about 30. We can steepen it up some, right about there. That's your side picture. Nose is a little bit low.
613, I'm showing you about 10 miles northeast of the airport. Report 3 miles northeast, right base, runway 27.
3 miles northeast, 27, 613.
And we'll roll out on that mound. As we come around about 20 degrees before, we should start seeing it right about here. And start leading it nice and coordinated. Nice job.
Could you go ahead and demonstrate one for me at a commercial level?
Yeah.
So you have flight controls?
I have flight controls.
You have flight controls. Yes, that's very helpful, thank you.
Awesome, yeah, I know it's been a while since you've seen them. Like, hey, remember all this stuff you've done in private a long time ago?
Yeah.
Let's go do it again.
294,
well, if you want to try one more, you have the flight controls, and then we'll go into land.
I have flight controls.
You have flight controls.
And then I have flight controls. And then if you could also give me a little more pointers with the rudders.
Yeah.
All right, that'd be great. Thank you.
Looking for traffic.
All right, I'm actually going to start to the left this time. I meant to, and then turn to the right.
That's all right. I figured you knew what you were doing.
Fuel selector, we can move it over to right.
Right.
So that's going to be fuel pump on.
Exactly.
Right tank. We're still good with fuel pressure, fuel pump off. This checklist is complete.
0.4.
So we'll be turning to the left for the right downwind.
That is correct. Yeah, I forget, we got to bring back traffic patterns too, right?
Yep.
And we'll probably be following the twin otter that's turned in the left downwind right now.
All right. I'll go ahead and slow down just a little bit, just because.
That works. This lake right here is kind of my downwind point. Affirmative, we can do that.
010, make short approach, runway 27, clear to land, wind 15013.
Short approach 27, cleared to land 012. We'll turn the downwind now. And we're going to make a short approach, so you can go ahead and reduce that power, and we're going to start setting up.
6, you're going to be following a Cherokee on the right downwind, making a short approach.
In fact, we could probably glide it in from here, so if you want to put it all the way out.
All right, we're to idle.
And you can put that first notch of flaps in. And for the short approach, we'll be bringing it, we'll turn our base right over that tree line.
Excellent.
No, 46, request full stop on this one.
046, you can expect that.
We'll expect that over.
Nice and bumpy. Remember that your tendency is going to be to flare a little bit high. I'll talk you through it.
Thank you, thank you.
73 is our best glide. If you feel like we're starting to get a little bit low, obviously pitch for airspeed, power for altitude. We're bringing all that stuff back.
All right, I'm going to put 25 notches or flap.
Works.
We do have a long runway today, so we can come in a little over the edge of the runway.
Perfect. I put that last notch of flaps in. Don't dip below 60. Somewhere between 65 and 62 works pretty well.
Oh, 416, turn your base, runway 27, clear to land, wind 15012.
Bring that power all the way down. We'll
Now,
glide
clear to
in.
land, no 46.
Bring that nose down with the power idle. There we go.
068, Lakeland ground.
A little bit of right rudder.
Tower, Cirrus 50 call, free to go at 27.
068, taxi Warbird, ramp via Echo 1,
That's the problem. Bring that elevator
Bravo,
all the way back.
cross the
And we're going to
approach
see if we
and
can make Bravo. I don't know if we can. Nice and easy on the brakes. Yeah, we'll make it.
5050 Golf, Lakeland Tower, hold short 27.
We'll just pull off.
Hold short,
on
50
Bravo.
Golf.
010, turn left Bravo, stay with me.
Bravo with you, 010.
010, taxi ramp via Bravo, Delta, Echo, cross 5.
Bravo, Delta, Echo, will cross 501 Zulu.
So, I'm not going to complain about that. We had almost a 10-knot tailwind.
Okay.
Probably about to switch the airport over. If you take a look at the windsock right ahead of you.
Yep.
Overall, really nice job. You fly the airplane well. Mechanically, your sound, your checklist usage is really, really nice. And you don't let anything rush you, which is a big thing for a pilot. So that's a very good skill to have. We'll get the landings down again. We're gonna just ignore that one. You were landing with the tailwind. We had a weird short approach, and the tailwind just kind of makes everything crazy. So
Wind check.
Wind 14011.
yeah, did not tailwind.
Is it better to go past it so then we could just turn it?
Yep, so if we were parking in a spot, I would put the wing right in front of a nose cone. For this one, we'll put it probably right along with that second road cone. That way we'll just go full deflection with the tow bar. That should put us into the spot nicely.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Back in my humble abode, it's raining outside. I'm so glad I got to bring you along today on my first flight in the Piper Cadet, that is. And I'm really looking forward to having you come along on many, many more flights. My name is Justin Gentle. You are receiving flight following.